All right, guys, today I want to show y'all a pretty special addition I made to the knife collection, the case knife collection, and also my trapper collection. If y'all have seen my trapper knife video where I talk about the trapper knife as an EDC blade, you've seen that I've got a pretty decent amount of trappers. I didn't count them, but that's about a 45-minute video, and most of it was just showing off my trapper collection. So trappers seem to be the most popular, case knife. You get on eBay and you search for case knives, I'm gonna say half of what you see is gonna be a trapper knife. Whether it's full size or a large, full size or a mini, or even down to the tiny trapper, there's a lot of trappers out there. But I happened to be looking on eBay the other day, and I ran across this knife. And there's something special about this knife. If you haven't already noticed it by the profile of the blades there, this is a Wharncliffe trapper. Rather than the spay blade, which so many people, don't like, this knife has a Wharncliffe secondary blade. You can kind of tell there by the profile that's not your typical spay blade. But I saw this, and the price was $50. And I thought, this knife would check off 3 boxes on my, list of things I have or I don't have with the trapper knife. Of all my trappers, other than a slimline over here, I didn't have a red full-size standard trapper. Kind of hard to believe, but I just didn't have a red colored one. Secondly, this big diamond shield, I did not have a knife with that diamond shield. And then the obvious difference, I didn't have a knife with this Wharncliffe blade. But like I said, I saw this knife. Of course, it's a fingerprint magnet. I saw this knife listed for $50, and it said it was, in new condition, never been used or carried. And I thought, man, it'd be really cool to have that full-size trapper with that Wharncliffe blade. So I put it on my watch list because I've kind of got a an ideology in my mind that if you want something, you should sit on it for a little while. And if it's something you continue to think that you want or continue to be interested in, then you can pursue it after that. I just don't like making impulse buys. So I put this on my watch list, and like a lot of times when I do that, a few days later I got an offer from this seller, and the offer was $45. And when I got that offer, I thought, dang, that's a good price, $45. It still had $5 shipping, so it would have been close to $50 total. But I thought, man, that's a good price. That knife looks good in the pictures. And I actually sat on it a little while longer, and that offer was only good for 48 hours, so I let that offer expire. Well, we got a little bonus at work, which is kind of what I was waiting on in the first place. And I said, okay, I've got me a little money here I can spend, and I'm going to go see what the bottom dollar they'll take on that knife is. And so I first started to ask her if she'd still take the 45, and then I thought maybe it'd be better if I just said, hey, I like this knife, what's your best price? So that's what I did. And the seller actually came back with $38. I said, okay. I said, if you'll lower the price, I'll snatch it up. And so that's what they did. They lowered the price down to $38. I hit buy it now, and I didn't ask a lot of questions. I just looked at the pictures and everything. And when this knife arrived just a couple of days later, I was highly impressed. We talk to our friends about knives that we buy and stuff, and sometimes you kind of hate to gloat. You hate to say, oh my gosh, look how nice this knife is I just bought. But I'm telling you, I wanted to tell people about this thing. It is just really nice. These pins are absolutely flush. Everything about this knife is just built right. The action on these blades is absolutely phenomenal. I would say the action is identical for both blades. It's got just a little bit of a gap along this side. You can see it right there. That does not bother me one bit. Everybody has their pet peeves, and those little tiny gaps is not a pet peeve of mine. My pet peeve is actually blade play. I mean, not blade play, blade action. And this knife has perfect action. The blades aren't completely centered, but that's not a big deal to me either. They're not rubbing. But like I said, these transitions are absolutely beautiful. This smooth bone is just colored really well. And man, I got lucky with this one, guys. I really did. I've gotten some deals on some knives. This one's going to be right up there at the top of the list with those other knives because $38 was an absolute bargain. You can clearly tell this thing has factory edges. It's even still a little bit rough, like they come from case, but that's okay because I can put an edge on this knife and it won't look so rough and ragged anymore. But all I know is I've got every bit of that blade stock left. Somebody hasn't sharpened the blades away like so many times. I should have got this. I believe this is a 2009. I believe that's a 2010 stamp, and you got one dot left, so I'm pretty sure this is 2009. I did not get a box with this knife. I thought I was getting a box, but it turns out I was looking at a different listing that I had saved that had a box with it. So this one came wrapped up in a sandwich bag inside of a bubble envelope and no box, but I can't complain too much because this knife is just really nice. Even these little bevels right here, I've got some trappers where these bevels are not even ground right. I mean, they're way off to one side, and that kind of stuff doesn't really bother me either. But this one here's perfect. I mean, whoever finished this one off, man, they know what they're doing. So yeah, this is a full-size Wharncliffe trapper, and I am absolutely in love with it. It is just a phenomenal piece. This is one of them that's probably not going to get carried a whole lot because, you know, some of these, if I dropped them, it wouldn't be the end of the world. If I dropped that one and busted that bone or dinged those bolsters up, I'd be hurting inside pretty good. So this will be a church knife or a going out on the town knife probably. And but yeah, I appreciate y'all checking it out. Let me know what you think. I know a lot of people would prefer every trapper to have a Wharncliffe blade. I'm not a spay blade hater. I can just about do anything I need to do with a spay blade just as well as I can the clip blade. But a lot of people don't like it. They think it's useless in today's modern times. But yeah, a lot of people are going to like that Wharncliffe, and they're going to wish every one of them was that way. But I just thought I'd pick this one up for a little variety, and I think that Wharncliffe is pretty cool. So like I said, I appreciate y'all checking it out. Hit that like button, give the channel a subscribe, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.